This is about NodeKnockout, and in particular how to win NodeKnockout. So NodeKnockout is a 48-hour coding contest using Node. It's very similar to Rails Rumble. This year it is at the end of August again. This is the second year. So this is a massively multiplayer website, but since the Wi-Fi is out, I had a backup plan, which was you can use, if you connect to Qi, which is my machine, it should be sharing its Wi-Fi, and you should be able to go to qi.local, and you should be able to come and mess with my slides while I'm on them. And I encourage you to do it, but I encourage you also not to be an asshole and say bad things, because that's not cool. But you should also come and mock me if you want. So, there's a random guy down here, which is pretty, okay, sweet. So, let's go over here and go to the slides. Down some more. Can anyone still see that? Yeah, kind of. Okay. So again, NodeKnockout for anyone who hasn't done it before. I kind of want to show off the last ones with. So one of the winners was Formation, which is not as cool without anybody playing it. So I'm gonna skip that one, even though it was really cool. This was Scrabbly. Now it's called Word Squared. This is a massively multiplayer Scrabble game, which also like grows. So these are all little tiles, and this map got huge, but you also can't see it because there's no Wi-Fi. You're getting Wi-Fi now? Maybe I should switch. Oh, should I call an audible and switch networks? I'm scared. I'm gonna do it. NodeConf. Give me an IP address. Disconnect from my phone. Oh, crab dude led me astray. Wait. Oh, thank you. So, okay, now we can actually do some awesome things. So this was one of the winners. It's a huge map of Scrabble tiles. And that one was pretty awesome. This was one that, not for NodeKnockout, but one that I wrote, which is massively multiplayer web asteroids. So screw that one, screw that. And actually I'm gonna switch now to NodeKnockout.com and do this there. And it's the same setup. If I can get there, go. Go faster. Go over here. Hurry up, little dude. So I'm a consultant, and one of the things I specialize in is early stage startups, and we help define products. So also a way to call this presentation is actually how to build a minimally viable product in 48 hours. It's one of the things that I get paid a lot of dollars to do. So why do you care about NodeKnockout? First, there's prizes, of course. Last year we gave about $40,000 in prizes out. This year we hope to do better. If you haven't tried out Node before, you want to try it out, this is a great time to try it out. It's limited time. You can just do whatever you want. And it's a really easy commitment to just try out Node. If there's an idea that you've had that you haven't had time to do, everyone has side projects. This is a great time to do that also, and submit it. So the first thing you need to know about any product is you need to know your audience. And in particular, you need to know, so you should go and read the judging rules and how judges work. The vote's split about 50-50. Judges take up a large portion of that. So you should actually go and check out the judges. The judges from last year was a great set of judges. We had like Brendan Ike, we had Ryan Dahl and John Rezick, people from VCs from Sequoia Capital, I think Benchmark, looking at stuff. So what you want to do is like you go to this list, you pick out like 5 judges, 5 random judges, and you roughly Google stalk them, and you think to yourself, would they get my idea? Would they understand what I'm trying to do? And you want to try to get in their minds, and you validate your idea against what they see. And so because it's going to be a normal person, you might think that maybe maybe nice advertisement. Um, you need to think through that. This year we're gonna have a technology category though. So last year we had some entries that were like a proxy server or some really technical things that most people just don't get. This year we're hoping to judge those better with the technology category. More details on that forthcoming. One other thing is that these judges are looking at like 10, 20 entries sometimes. So if you can do it without a login, do it without a login because no one likes to come up with another username and password. If you do need a sign up, then use Twitter, use Facebook, all those general rules. Our browser breakdown is really sweet. So IE accounted for 1.8% of all traffic. So give a hand to that. If not, then there's always Socket.io, which everybody uses anyway and falls back to like IE5, I think. So the other part of the vote is the popular vote. And you want to, if you want to win the popular vote, you gotta be popular. The easiest way to be popular is to be newsworthy, and the easiest way to be newsworthy is to be controversial. Controversy is not that hard to do. You can just throw up some porta potties on your website, and you're controversial a little bit. People like tweet about how NodeKnockout has some porta potties on its website. Go check them out, and other people will come and check them out. There's also like Scrabbly last year was the name Scrabbly is a little bit controversial, and they tried to ride that wave for a little bit. The other way, of course, to be popular is what I like to call brain hacking, which is really tapping into that. So people, when they make decisions, are very irrational, and how they think and choose to do things is just totally irrational. And what you want to do is, from action to reward, you want to short circuit that gap. So things like on your iPhone, when you like get to the edge and there's that little bouncing that like animation, it's just pleasurable to like have your list bounce back at you. And so if you'll see people like just mindlessly like bouncing their end list because it's just pleasurable. This website right here rewards you for kind of exploring and clicking around. And like this monster's just walking around because it's fun to watch this guy walk around. So if you can work that in as much as possible into your entry, then the more chance it's going to be popular. So you have about 4 months between now and NodeKnockout. So that gives you 4 months to figure out what you want to do. You can sketch everything out, and by the time coding rolls around, the coding phase rolls around, that's 48 hours, then you can just execute, straight up execute. If you're going to be using a library that you've never used before, you should probably try that out beforehand. If you're going to use a new technology like Mongo or React or Redis, try it out a little bit and get a little feel for kind of what you're going to be using it for. Of course, know your main tools, Git, NPM, Core API. If you want a nice tutorial of NPM, I believe Isaac's doing a walkthrough later. When you plan out your feature set, you want it to be easily divisible amongst your team. So if you can have up to 4 people on your team, you want to be able to farm that work out amongst each other and not step on each other's toes. The other thing you want to do is make sure that you're not going to finish half your idea easily. And you want to be sure that half of your idea is still viable. You want to plan your idea out so that's kind of like an onion, and that you can just say, you know what, that's not going to work. I'm going to cut scope, and it's still going to. Yeah, it is kind of buggy, I'm going to blame the network on that one. That's why it's buggy. And you want to be able to cut half your product down and have it still make sense. The best team probably is actually 2 designers and 2 developers. Again, people really like pretty things. Even if it's a non-working pretty thing, they'll give you more brownie points than if it's a working ugly thing. So if you can get 2 designers, get them. So I like tests a lot, but for this competition, they don't really make that much sense. Tests generally they help make sure that things that you don't use very often still work, and they make sure that they kind of communicate how you should be calling code. With this, if you're not using everything of your entry while you're developing it, then you're probably doing something wrong, and you should probably actually cut that feature. And you're probably sitting in the exact same room as the guy that's going to be using the code that you're writing, so you can just tell him what to do. Let's move on. So, polishing. So, I don't know if you know what dorodango is, but it's like a Japanese hobby where you get some mud and you form it into a ball. You pull out all the water, and it becomes like a hard ball, and then you start polishing it. And you polish it, polish it, and you get this really shiny, marbly looking thing, and it looks really awesome, but really it's just a pile of mud. And actually on Mythbusters, they used some ostrich feces and I think some lion feces. They did the exact same thing, and it was very shiny ball of shit that looked really awesome. And so you can take shit and just polish the hell out of it, and it'll look awesome. So again, allocate a good chunk of time to just polishing, which is actually like just cull dead links. Make sure that like sign up to using it to the end makes sense, that people will find that way through, and just at least assign one person to just be doing that for like the last day. The other thing, actually a little on the opposite of that, is smoke and mirrors. So like if you kind of cobble together a mobile version of the thing that you're doing, along with the web thing, say that you did that. Even most people probably won't even try it out, but if you say that there's a mobile version of this app too and put a picture there, they'll be like, wow, they did a mobile app. That's pretty badass. And you'll get brownie points for it. I don't know where Pac-Man is. So I'm too old actually to probably be doing these competitions anymore. I can't hang like the youngins. And so I definitely need to sleep and eat a lot when I do this. I need a good amount of sleep, and I encourage you to also do it. There was one guy I think that stayed up for like 38 hours, but don't do that because you're just going to be making stupid decisions by the end. Take breaks, and also when you're running into that problem that just doesn't make sense anymore, sketch it out or stop and talk to your team. Very, very likely you're going to realize that either like you're doing something stupid or that you just don't need what you're working on. So don't lose time doing that stuff. That's actually about it. Do I have time? I have like 1 minute for questions, if anything. Yeah, all right. Yeah, bring on Marco. All right, so yeah, NodeKnockout.com. Follow us on Twitter. I'm Visnu. I am also hiring. I know everyone else is hiring, but I myself am hiring. If you don't have a Visnu button, then you should get one, because I'm hiring. Thank you.